In this guided tour, you'll see how eService 360, service order processing for Microsoft Dynamics GP, can help you streamline and improve your service operations, including Gantt-style drag-and-drop scheduling, workflow management, fully embedded credit card and eCheck payment processing, warranty reimbursement, and external systems integration. We'll show you how easy it is to manage workflow across the entire life cycle of a service transaction. You'll see how to transfer a quote to an order, enter, dispatch, and schedule an order, and apply resources and service completions. We'll then transfer the order to an invoice, enter a payment, and then print the final document. So let's get started. Transferring a quote to an order in eService 360 is fast and easy. Follow the steps on the screen to see how it works. Let's start by taking a look at an existing quote that's already been approved by the customer. To transfer the quote to an order, simply click the Transfer button. Now, update the quote information and click Transfer to create the service order. The newly created service order entry form has 5 sections. The header is where you specify the customer, address, and type of service. The middle section is a scrolling window where you can list one or more covered items, the service to be rendered, and a billing method of either fixed fee, time and materials, or non-billable. This highlighted section is used to dispatch and schedule the service order. The section highlighted here displays the workflow operations defined for this document. Workflow technology automatically routes the document sequentially to each work center where the prescribed operation is performed. And finally, the last section displays the calculated discount, tax, document total, and any amount received as a payment or deposit on the order. Now we're ready to create a new time and materials service order. So let's get started by clicking the New button. Entering a service order requires minimal keystrokes. Start by entering or selecting a customer from the lookup window. Notice how some information, such as address, service area, and currency ID, automatically appear as defaults when you enter the customer ID. And if the customer currently has any items covered under an eService 360 contract, you'll be presented with a list of the customer's covered items. Just follow the steps on the screen to select Covered Item 1. Notice how the remaining fields in the order header are automatically completed from the selected contract, and the covered item on the service line is now populated. The green arrow points to a link icon indicating that this service line is subject to the specified contract. Entering the remaining fields on the service line is quick and easy. Simply enter the problem description or follow the steps on the screen to use the lookup button to select a predefined problem code. Notice how the remaining fields on the service line are automatically completed based on the service type. The order summary section provides information like subtotal, trade discount, freight, and tax. You can adjust these default calculations or add miscellaneous charges before completing the order. Next, let's take a look at how we dispatch and schedule the service order. Just follow the steps on the screen. First, click the Dispatch and Scheduling button. In the Service Dispatch and Scheduling window, notice the newly created order is now selected in the Unscheduled list. The calendar control allows you to select the date on which you want to schedule the order. The schedule can be scrolled up or down to locate the available team resource to which the service order can be assigned. To dispatch and schedule the order, simply drag and drop it from the unscheduled list onto the timeline for the desired team resource. You can now use your mouse to resize the time bar to the desired duration. Notice the order now appears in the scheduled list. You can also enter unlimited notes that will follow the order throughout the system. Now follow the steps on the screen to close the scheduling window. Notice the dispatch and scheduling information is now displayed in the service transaction entry window, and the notes are permanently attached to the service order. Next, let's take a look at how easy it is to apply resources and complete the service order. First, navigate into the service line and then click the desired button in the resource button group. For this guided tour, let's start with materials. Follow the steps on the screen. Entering a material item is quick and efficient. Either manually enter the item number or enter leading characters, in this case MAT for materials, and click the lookup button. Then follow the steps on the screen. If you have insufficient quantity on hand, you can enter the shortage in the backorder field, which will appear when the fulfilled backorder process is run in eService 360. If you're using the multi-bin feature in Dynamics GP to track inventory on your service vehicles, then use this window to specify the vehicle from which the shipped items were drawn. If a shipped item is serialized or lot controlled, you would also be prompted to select the serial lot numbers actually shipped. Now, follow the steps on the screen to close this window. Notice the total section displays sales, discount, cost of goods, and gross profit amounts for all materials shipped. Now, click the OK button to close this window. And it's just as easy to enter other resource types, such as vehicles, technicians, tools, teams, and miscellaneous items. Now, let's go ahead and complete the service order in preparation for invoicing. To complete a service line, simply mark the Complete checkbox. Now, follow the steps on the screen to transfer the order to an invoice. Only completed service lines will be transferred, leaving incomplete services on backorder for future processing. Notice that the invoice has now been created and is eligible for printing and posting. However, before finalizing the invoice, let's add some shipping costs. To view invoice profitability, just follow the steps on the screen. Notice this inquiry window displays gross profit for each resource applied, and a summary section including freight, miscellaneous, and taxes arriving at the document total. Now, let's see how easy it is to enter a payment. Just enter the amount received and follow the steps on the screen. You can split the amount tendered between multiple payment types, but for this guided tour, let's enter a single credit card payment. Selecting a credit card payment automatically opens the integrated payment processing window. Follow the steps on the screen to process the payment. Notice the transaction has been approved by the card processing gateway. Since the payment has been successfully inserted into the payment list, let's click OK and close the payment entry window. Now that the document is complete, let's go ahead and print the invoice, or you can choose to email it. Just follow the steps on the screen. Let's select the option to print a blank paper invoice. Let's go ahead and use the default report template and then click the OK button. The displayed invoice is based on a Microsoft Word template available in Dynamics GP, so it's easy to tailor the invoice to your specific needs. This document is now finished and ready for posting. This concludes the guided tour of eService 360, service order processing from Pure Logic. Thank you for watching.